the Kappas, what they stand for. So just like AKA, the Kappas are built on brotherhood, on scholarship, and on service. And so the funds from this event will go to benefit a student in earning and being able to earn a scholarship. I was just fortunate enough to be asked to host it. But those brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi worked very, very hard.
And when I got older, I became more comfortable, you know, with having a microphone in my hand and singing before people, whether I'm ministering, you know, in church or at a church related program, or whether I'm at a function or an event that somebody asked me to come to and sing. Stepping into the building, again, I don't know who I'm about to be ministering or entertaining, but just knowing who I am. And knowing that, like, hey, you were called here for a reason.
Yes, Mr. Art Alston is going to be the DJ at this. Billie Jean is not my love.
Hey, just a girl. I am the one. Today is not my song. Yes.
My mama told me I could do whatever I want to do.
Yes.
Be whoever I want to be. So if anything, people complain, blame it on Gwen Dawson. My mama told me I am all that and then some, and I believe that.
Let's talk about communication. Let's talk about the love. Let's talk about communication. Oh, let's talk about the love. Let's talk about communication. Let's talk about the love. Let's talk about communication. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, William Robinson of TLC Talk Love and Communication, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have two special guests here on my store, Miss Wantanisha Morant and Miss Christina Jones. They're going to give us some wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, ladies and gentlemen, and they're going to let us know how they have become the women that they are today. And without further ado, we're going to give these young ladies a special round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. How we doing today, ladies?
Doing good.
Yes, doing well.
Happy Sunday.
How y'all ride over was, ma'am?
Pretty good. No complaints.
Well, it was pretty well. It was got a little bit turned around, but you know what? We got on track.
Well, you got here early, so you did pretty good. I was on the struggle bus with my tardiness, but we made it here.
We take her earliness and the tardiness, and y'all was on time.
Right, that's teamwork. Make a good team.
Big teamwork. Okay, Miss Morant, tell my audience a little bit about yourself, ma'am.
Okay, I am a Ocala, Marion County native, born and raised here. I currently work for Marion County Public Schools, the greatest school district in the state. I have to plug that because, you know, you got to make sure you support where you work. But more importantly, I am the mom of 3. I have 2 girls and a boy. My baby's about to graduate this year. But, and I'm newly engaged. But really excited. What's coming up really exciting in my life is I get to host the Poetik Expressions on August 1st. So a little about me.
Okay. And Miss Jones, if I'm not mistaken, you know, you're going to be doing some headlining.
I am going to be doing some headlining. So I am the headliner for Poetik Expressions. Coming up August 1st from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Be there. Don't be square.
Okay. So tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So I am 41. Okay. I am Florida born, Texas raised, but I do have family here. I am also a singer, songwriter, as well as poet. I do some writing of music. I got music out on all platforms. I sing with several bands. Of course, shout out to Showtime Band. And I sing with a few other bands in the local area as well. And we do travel, so book us.
Okay. So which one harder, Florida or Texas?
Harder?
Hotter.
Oh, hotter.
Whoo. Different kinds of heat. The heat's different. The difference.
Definitely different kinds of heat. Because Florida heat is like, as soon as you step out the door, you walking back in the house. Texas can have a little bit of that dry heat sometimes. Like, I feel like I need to walk out with Carmex. That's like, I feel like that is Black people's go-to
Yes.
chapstick is Carmex.
You have nothing else to have some Carmex in that purse.
Yes, Carmex is different, but it's both of them hot.
Okay, so how you ladies met each other?
Funny. So actually her dad baptized me. So her dad was the pastor of my childhood church, Liberty Chapel Missionary Baptist Church. And so we've known each other since then. So I probably was like 5 or 6, and I think he was there before then. So we've known each other since we little babes. So this is my sister for real.
So this is a PK, huh?
She is a PK. I'm a PK as well. So we have that connection too. Yes. Yes.
So tell me now, be honest now. Is it true what they say about the preacher's kids?
That we're the most saved, savory, follow us because we set the best examples. Yes, that is absolutely
depends
true.
on what you mean by what the people say. So what are the people saying?
You know, the people say, you know, they could be a little naughty at times.
A little naughty.
I plead the
you know,
fifth.
I think that is to the person. I wouldn't say all of us is like that.
You know, they say, you know, you train a child up in the way that they shall go,
Yes.
and they shall get old, they shall not depart. And I'm quite sure being a preacher's child, especially a daughter, it's a lot of things, and he's going to raise, you know, as a pastor, you know, he's going to raise you a certain way. And, you know, you buck against the system. You're going to rebel. And at what point in life do you realize, you know, Dad was right?
I think that comes not just with being a preacher's child. I think and you can speak to this too, that there's so much expectations that at the end of the day, we're kids and adults as well. Our parents just happen to be pastors. But to answer the actual question you asked, when you finally learn, when you get old enough and you realize that what they said was right, and it's parents in general, you see our kids, they're growing up and they see that same thing. And then you really find yourself, like, I feel I'm always a little bit church. Everything got a little church in it. Everything got a little church clap, even secular music. You're going to see me at Poetik Expressions. I'm going to be doing my double clap at my because that's what we do. But I really think what's in you going to come out of you, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. So thankfully, we have parents who have poured good things in us. So we are able to pour that out and, you know, raise our kids that same way.
So, Miss Jones, you're a singer, correct?
I am.
Okay, so at what point did you start singing? I'm quite sure it was in church, correct?
Oh man, there's pictures in the photo album of me, ponytails and all, with a microphone in my hand at the front of the church, just
What was
singing.
your favorite church song you used to like to sing?
So I would probably say my go-to was His Eyes on the Sparrow.
Shout out.
It was definitely
take it
His
out.
Eyes on the Sparrow, but
How did that go? I don't think I ever heard that one.
what you mean?
Sing, girl.
What you mean? You ain't never heard that one?
Me either. How does it go? Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come?
Okay.
You better sing, Christina. Listen, you better stop me now. I'm about to go in.
Okay. Now Miss
sir.
Morant. Now you got baptized at 5 and 6. I know they had that you was in that choir soon.
I was in the choir, but I was on the second row. So catch me praise dancing.
Right.
Let me give a speech. Let me MC the program. Let me direct the youth choir. I know my gifts.
Singing ain't her ministry. Is what she's saying.
I stand strong in my gifts. I'm going to back you up, and I'm going to be there. I'm going to be in every choir, have on every outfit, but I cannot lead these songs.
I feel you on that. So we gathered here today. We trying to promote this event. We have an event,
Yes.
Poetik Expressions. This is the second annual event, correct?
Yes.
Tell us about this event.
Go over it. Okay.
Take the lead, host.
So I will. So it is a wonderful event that's being sponsored by our men of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated here in Ocala, Florida. And so it's really, and I was actually just talking to somebody about this. It's just an event that's for grown folks. So if you want to come, get some poetry, get some singing, there'll be some dancing, some food. They're doing some extra spotlights this time as far as entrepreneurs. There's going to be a live artist there that's right here from Ocala. So it's just a real laid back night, whether you want it to be a date night, a girls' night out. You're tired of the kids, so you want to go somewhere. It's just real, like, so it's a vibe. It's just a vibe.
Okay,
Grown folks vibe.
So what's the dress code? I mean,
Grown and sexy, grown and cute, neo soul. I'm trying to think. Last year, you had people in cute little dresses. You had people in jeans and a shirt. You had some people who had on just a regular sundress. So whatever you need to wear to give you that, all right, vibe. That's right. You come on in.
Whatever's comfortable to you.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
So you was Miss Jones. You was a part of this event last year, correct?
I was.
And you come back this year as the headliner. So you trying to tell me you was that good?
You know what? I do like to do my little one too.
And you know, how was the event for you last year, man?
No, the event was nice. It was well orchestrated and put together. Shout out to Anthony Pierce. But yeah, he was definitely one of the coordinators for this particular event. And it was nice. It was chill. It was a kickback type of vibe. I actually did some singing as well as some poetry. And there were a lineup of creatives such as myself, and it's Poetik Expressions. You know, however you were able to express yourself, whether it be poetically, musically. There was a comedian that was there last time. There was a live DJ. There were some couples there that I brought one of my girlfriends with me, and we kind of hung out and kicked it at the event. So it was an adult time. You know, it wasn't childish. We didn't have to worry about fighting or anything like that. It wasn't. It was a very mature. It was a very mature and seasoned crowd of people that were literally just coming into a space together with great fellowship.
And that's so important. You know, it makes my heart warm when I see people gather together as one, as adults, and have a nice time.
Yes.
You know, it's special. You know what I mean? And this is something that we want to continue to do. I'm quite sure it's going to be a hit again, and we can go into this next year. And this thing is, this event is August the 1st, ladies and gentlemen, out on Silver Springs Boulevard at the old golf club there. You know the golf course out there. We used to call it Old Golf Course Road out there on the boulevard, East Silver Spring Boulevard. It started at 6 a.m. and it ends at 10 p.m.
Ooh, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. and it ends at 10 o'clock. So you got 4 hours to do the mashed potatoes, you know, little line dance.
Definitely some line dancing.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So which one of you ladies is the better dancer?
I mean, I wouldn't say the better. I mean, just when I hear a song, I'm gonna get out there and I'm gonna do my little thing.
Your one twos. Your one twos.
My one twos.
Okay, so what song for the DJ that's listening to this, when you sitting over there looking cute, sipping your little drink, and you don't want to move, what song is it gonna get you out that chair?
Listen, me being a music head, anything that's got that nice 808 thumping, I'ma get up. If that 808 is thumping, I'ma get up.
The 808, that's back in the Trick Daddy days. They ain't playing no Trick Daddy.
Listen, I'm saying if you play some Trick Daddy, some 69 Boys, some Uncle Luke,
for the 99 and 2000.
Okay, a Juvenile.
I'd like to know. But this is neo soul.
Yes.
But if you do play it,
but if we do a little intermission.
So what about you, Miss Morant? What's gonna get you out
I'm probably going to say the same thing. Anything with a little beat, a little 1-2. I told you I'm always have my little church clap, my little rock. However, if you play Set It Off, I know me and Masaras, we're going to have to get up on that as well. But really, anything that has a nice little beat to it, we're going to move. And the crowd was so good. The host, well, that was me, of course. It was so good. So every song, everyone was up. So there really wasn't a time where people were sitting down. And one thing I forgot to mention, even though this event, we know Kappa Alpha Psi is a Black fraternity, if we want to say it that way, but there was a mix of backgrounds, races, ethnicities. Get it out, Wantanisha, that were there. So it's an event for everyone to come, but it was real good.
Do you feel pressure being the host?
No, because it was a great crowd. and I like to talk, and I like having fun with folks. And plus, this year it's going to be even funner because there's a co-host coming, Jamie. He's coming from North Carolina. He's the reigning Mr. Charleston, and he's supposed to be a good hoot as well. So I know we'll have a good time. But yeah, it was a vibe. The whole event was a vibe. So I didn't even really have to do that much. Just kind of, keep the vibe going. So it's good.
Okay, we all have a mutual friend that brought us together. Y'all want to give a shout out to him? And what part does he plays in this?
I think the mutual friend was Anthony.
Yeah, she shout him out. Yeah. Anthony Pierce.
Yes, the Ocala Newts.
Yes. So a shout out to him for bringing us together. I mean, I already knew Christina, but bringing us together in this, I guess, in this venue, in this way for this event. So he definitely has been working very hard to plan the event, to ensure that everything, it was here last year, but to take it up to the next notch. So him to everyone on that committee. So definitely a shout out to him.
When you ladies hear poetry, how does it affect you? When you hear great poetry?
So it depends on what it is that they're speaking about poetically. Me being, a poet myself, in the poetry community, it's about the storytelling, the imagery, the type of words that are being used to express or convey whatever message it is that they're getting across to the audience. So it depends upon what the poetry or what the poet is talking about and what they're expressing. I think when they can be able to pull you in and you can get that imagery in your mind, like you can literally see visuals in your thought process as you are listening to them do their thing. It depends on what they're talking about, like whether it be about themselves, whether it be something about that affects us as a people, whether it's talking about social injustice, whether it be talking love, heartbreak, sadness, death, like sometimes even depression, when people are speaking from a real place, you can actually latch on to that and be like, man, I can feel that, or like, oh, I've gone through that. And even if you haven't gone through what they're talking about that they've experienced or or what somebody else has experienced, it kind of pulls you in and be like, yeah, I like that.
Do you think you being a songwriter and a singer, you think that makes you being is it easier for you to be a poet, or do they translate? Do they? You know what I mean?
They're definitely siblings. Doing poetry and then also doing music is definitely, there's a definitive connection between the two. Now the structuring can be a little bit different, of course, because every poetic piece doesn't have to have a rhyme scheme, but I think when we hear music, that every other bar, or that good 16, bar stanza for songs, you know what I'm saying? It's structured a little different, but I mean, music is poetry and poetry is music.
That's correct. So, Miss Morant, you went to Florida Southern College, correct?
That's correct.
And you majored in what, ma'am?
Business administration with emphasis in finance management.
You put a little emphasis
in fact, because it took me on through that.
What was college like, and what did you get the most out of it?
So for me, I would categorize it as I was a non-traditional student. So like I said, I was recently engaged, but I was married previously. And so when I went through college, I was married, raising 3 children. So I was working during the day, going to school at night. So I didn't have as much fun during my college life as my daughter did when, she's going through. But the whole time it was working towards that goal, working towards that goal, working towards that goal. So to answer your question, to reflect on it, it was great. It was wonderful. Came out with what I needed.
Did you have certain professors, did you feel like they took a personal interest in your ability to succeed?
I would say yes, definitely. So my favorite professor was Professor Jenny Crumweedy. And I still in connection with her, still talk to her. She still follows me. We follow each other. She celebrates my children and everything. And it was just that she took an extra step to get to know Wantanisha more than just the student, more than, a student number on a piece of paper, but really helped me. And it was actually a math class, which math is not my favorite, but she made it one that was enjoyable because she saw more than just me as a student, but actually as a person.
So what kind of advice would you give to all the young ladies and young men that are just graduated, You say you have a daughter that just graduated, correct?
2 years
And
ago.
going off to college, what kind of advice would you give them?
So the advice I always give is remember this moment right now. So all the things that you're saying in this moment, that you're going to study, that you're going to link up with the right people, that you're going to pray. Remember all of that, because you're going to go off and there are going to be things that come up. There's going to be hard things that come up. There's going to be temptation that comes up. But remember that foundation. Don't forget that. Don't forget people who are here who you can reach back and that will help you. And by all means, don't stop. Even if you have to go down to 2 courses a semester, don't stop. One thing my mom always told me is, doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you finish. So even if it takes you 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, however long to get that degree, you would have lived those 10 years anyway. So you might as well live them and have that on the outside, on the outskirt of it.
Correct. So, Miss Jones, what kind of advice, as a young lady growing up, you may have received from an auntie or uncle, mother or father that always stuck with you?
That is a loaded question. But one thing that my dad will always say is the greatest room that a person can have is room for growth.
Ooh,
and
like that.
yes, and just to know that, like, doesn't matter how young or how old you are, like, the younger generation can learn something from the older generation, but the older generation can also learn something from the younger generation. Like, don't be so boxed in to thinking that, like, oh, I have all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the understanding, to where you can't grow, whether that is growing financially, whether that is growing emotionally or mentally, spiritually, just doing, not just being so stuck on doing these certain things and thinking that you got it all figured out because of these certain things. And just because you have years underneath your belt doesn't make you all that wise, but just because you are young, that doesn't mean that you have it all figured out either. So, like, the cultures, of the younger generation and the older generation are different, but, like, we're all human beings. We could all stand to grow a little bit, be a little bit better, be a little bit more mature, be a little more seasoned. And just add to us, like, you don't have it all, things can still be added to you.
Okay, you have 2 daughters, correct?
I do.
Tell me one of the most important lessons that you've learned from your children.
That I've learned from them?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, because my girls are like night and day. Like, one is so, like, outwardly spoken,
Like mom?
Yes. I'm my kids are literally like a little bit of, like, they're me, so, like, there are times where I can be very reserved. I can be very quiet, very chill to myself. I don't necessarily need to be around people, but when I am in the mix of people, I know how to blend. That's my oldest daughter. Now, my youngest daughter, her being who she is, like, and her father also having a hand in that as well. He has a very outward, personality as well. And she's very talkative. She wants to go to the movies. Oh, mom, hey, can I go here and there? And, she just wants to do all these different things. She's in high school right now. She's in the debate club. She wants to, she just joined the color guard. Is that the color guard at the school?
With the flag.
Yes,
color
yes,
guard.
yes, yes. Color guard. And then there are some other things that she wants to, and I'm like, baby girl, slow down. Slow down. Like, I want you to have this high school experience, but please slow down. But something that I've learned from them is, honestly, like, it's looking at my oldest one, and it's like I'm really looking at a reflection of me. And then looking at my youngest and also seeing another reflection of me. And, okay, like, I need to be able to, like, just try to be the best example for them. And not just understanding, like, how I'm moving or navigating in life, but also seeing how they're navigating. Like, what am I pouring into them that they're kind of showing me, like, hey, mom, I picked this up. Like, you told me this and I picked this up. I'll never forget when my oldest daughter, it's been such a long time coming from her. She just graduated a couple of days ago. So shout out to my baby girl. She graduated from high school. So one thing, it was in middle school, and I would always drive into her, like, do your best. Like, I don't care if you bring home a C+. If you gave it your all, 100%, that's all I could ever ask of you. Now, of course, we can make that C, bring that C up, but, like, if you did everything that you could, then that's all what I could ever ask you to do. And just in life in general. And she took the test and like she passed this really hard test that she had been struggling with. And one of the teachers was like, Chanel, like how did you do it? Like, you know, just asking her these questions. And she was like, my mom told me to do my best. And like the fact that like we don't think that they're listening to us, but really they're listening. And it's the same thing with our parents. You know, our parents think, you know, oh, you so hard headed, you know, you're doing everything I told you not to do, you know, but then it's like when it actually is a reflection and it comes back to them, that it comes full circle and it's like, okay, she was paying attention. She was listening. And that makes me want to go harder into, you know, again, being the better example for them. So I'm learning from them, even though they're learning from me too. I'm learning from them based upon the things that I've poured into them. And they're showing me that in their upbringing and how they speak, how they handle certain situations. And that's kind of letting me know like, okay, I'm on the right track a little bit, you know?
And you know, Miss Morant, I've actually been fortunate enough to meet your son.
Yes.
Very, very, very bright young man.
Thank you.
And I know you have learned quite a few things from that young man.
I have. So I'll say similar to what Christina was saying when we talk about our children and how you pour into them. And so it's always a blessing when you see those lessons coming back, and whether they do it intentionally or not, but you can kind of see like, ooh, that's not in vain. But what I've learned from him is being bold and standing up for what you believe in. You know, it's definitely sometimes at work, you have to kind of, I don't want to say tiptoe, but you do have to bridle and be mindful of what you do and what you say. But what he believes, how he believes, the way he thinks it should be, he stands on that and he stands on it 10 toes, even if he feels like he's standing by himself. And I really admire that from him, being a young Black male who is very aware of himself being a young Black male, and it stands in being a young Black male and is proud to be a young Black male and wants to support and uplift other young Black males. So his boldness, even when it's not popular, is what I admire.
And where do you think he get that from?
His mom. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel I've always been bold. I've always been confident. I've always, you know, I don't want to say been outspoken, but I've always stood in what I believe in. But people ask me all the time. I only thing I can say is from God, because he is Wantanisha to the umpteenth power. So I know I've poured into him. His father's poured into him, but I know all that is the twirlings and the mixing and the extra touch and specialness that God has given him. So I can't even take credit for the majority of that. He really is. When people say this, he really is a special young man.
He's amazing.
I'm going to make a statement. You tell me what it means to you.
Okay.
AKA.
The first. The finest.
You better do it.
Alpha, Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated means a lot to me. My heart, you know. So this year I'll be celebrating 18 years as a member of Alpha, Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I have the pleasure last year, this year, as serving as the president of our local chapter here in Marion County. But all jokes aside, what it means to me, like AKA, anyone who knows me knows I love me some AKA. But more than that, I love what it stands for, what it represents, and what I'm able to do. So being a woman of scholarship, of service, of sisterhood, and being able to give back, it just means the world to me.
Now, you know, the Capos, I had some Omegas that was willing to do some challenging, you know, some game night.
You better ask. I'm very competitive. I don't lose now. So call him out. Call him out.
So I know we are celebrating the second event of this program we're having here. How did the first one come about, and did you play a part in it?
So I did not play a part in the planning of it. So that was strictly the Kappas that planned that. I was just fortunate enough to be asked to host it. But one of the many reasons that I really wanted to be a part and was excited when I was asked to host it and host again this year is what they stand for. So just like AKA, the Kappas are built on brotherhood, on scholarship, and on service. And so the funds from this, I don't want to call it a fundraiser, this event will go to benefit a student and earn it and being able to earn a scholarship. So again, I didn't do any of the planning. I got to show up and have fun. But those brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi worked very, very hard.
And why do you think out of all the people they could have chosen, why you?
Why not
me, sir? My mama told me I could do whatever I want to do.
Yes.
Be whoever I want to be. So if anything, people complain, blame it on Gwen Dawson. My mama told me I am all that and then some, and I believe that. So they chose me because, it needed to be me.
I know someone that used to work in daycare, and they say that this little boy would come every morning, and he would say, "My mama say I'm handsome." He couldn't say it right, but he would say, "I'm handsome."
Come on.
And he'll walk up to all the other kids and say, "I'm handsome."
Come on.
And you see, and the importance of that is he believes that.
That's right.
That's instilled in him. And she say he actually was a handsome little boy, but she probably saying that because all kids, you know what I mean? But the fact that he believes that through and through, I am handsome. I am handsome. And this same lady says this little boy, she called him Sugar Sugar. Because the little boy he always trying to get sugar from her.
Sugar with his handsome self.
And it's so important. How important is confidence? Even for you, ma'am, as a singer, to go before a crowd, you never been before. You don't know the reaction you're going to get. You got to believe in you. Much like she was speaking of her son. You believe you can sing, you're going to get up there and you're going to sing it. And have you ever been booed?
I've never been booed. No.
You ever heard her sing, baby?
I've never been.
Yes. No,
I've never been booed. Now, I've had people would prefer another singer over me, but I've never had anybody say, "Oh, she can't sing."
Where did you get the confidence from to be able to boldly step up there on that stage and do what you do?
Honey, let me tell you, quick story time. Okay. So when I was younger in church, I used to cry when I would sing. I mean, like Viola Davis tears, okay?
Them some rough tears.
Yes. My God, today. And it was just the nerves, and then of course, like the older people, sing, baby, let the Lord use you. That wasn't even the spirit. That was just my nerves, okay? And when I got older, I became more comfortable, with having a microphone in my hand and singing before people, whether I'm ministering, in church or at a church related program, or whether I'm at a function or an event that somebody asked me to come to and sing. Stepping into the building, again, I don't know who I'm about to be ministering or entertaining, but just knowing who I am and knowing that, like, hey, you were called here for a reason. And there is purpose, for me and my voice, because I don't know who I'm getting ready to meet. I don't know who I'm getting ready to sing to. I don't know what it is that I'm getting ready to sing to this person or people.
You made a statement knowing who you are. And who are you?
I am, first of all, I'm a child of God. Shout out.
What is your stage name?
My stage name is Christina Jones.
You see how she forgot?
She was supposed to add that in.
Well, I was going to do that when I was plugging in myself at the end. But we ain't going to talk about that right now. But anyway, my artist name is Christina Jones. And when I step into a room, it doesn't matter what room it is. It doesn't matter if it's 5 people or 500 people. I'm still going to come in and I'm still going to have that same stage presence, that confidence, and just knowing that, like, hey, I'm here to, what I'm singing may touch somebody. It may give somebody like a flashback. I was doing a show one time with Showtime and I did Wishing on a Star by Rose Royce. And there was a couple that danced to that song. And they said, you know what, when I heard that song, it took me back to this moment in time. And that's things like that.
Is.
Yes. When music makes you feel things, when music makes you recap on things, and all it takes is one song.
Like right now, I'm singing it in my head.
Come on. Yes.
You see that backup?
I got you. Turn my mic off, baby. I can do all the action for you. I got you.
Yes, sir.
You know, when you up on stage, do you look at your audience? Or you look at a spot and just go. Sometimes you just be within yourself.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes I will look. Sometimes I'll look at something, and sometimes I'll sing with my eyes closed. And sometimes I will connect eyes, with the audience members. Some people that are there, I may know. Some people that are there that I may not know. But, hey, if I'm singing a song and I connect eyes with you, then at this moment, like, I'm vibing with you. You vibing with me. There's a certain connection or a level of intimacy that's there musically as you are, like, seeing me in my element. You are... You are seeing me in my element, but it's definitely, people have said, like, your voice sounds like a hug. So, hey, if I'm singing to you, let it be like a hug.
So basically, you believe that if me and Miss Morant here scrape up our pennies and we send you to Simon them on American Idol, what you gonna do with them?
Oh, I'm finna step in the room and I'm gonna let them know why I'm there. That's right. I don't need y'all. Y'all need me.
Y'all gonna make me come to this event. I'm gonna find out what's going
on. Listen.
I got a big old camera about this big. I'm gonna stick it right in your. I'm gonna see how shy you are.
Hey, ain't gonna be nothing shy about it, honey. Because when I get that microphone in my hand, it's on.
Christina Jones comes out.
Yes.
Have y'all seen the Michael Jackson movie?
I haven't seen it yet.
No. When you heard Mike say, "I feel at home on the stage," is that how you feel? Absolutely.
That is. I can't tell you how many times it has been like, okay, like I just need to just mellow out. Just anything, whether it be going to the beach and listening to music, whether it be in the shower, I'm listening to music, whether it be I'm cooking, I'm listening to music, cleaning up. Like back in the day when mom used to make you get up early in the morning. And most people, mamas, grandmamas, and aunties would either do gospel or they would be like the old soul music, Anita Baker. You know what I'm saying? Just anything that is incorporated into music. And plus my dad sings too. So even though he's a preacher, he also used to have his band long time ago when he was in the military.
Music is something that when you hear a song, that's why you ask someone what year that song came out. You could tell them automatically. Well, I was in 8th grade when that came out.
Yeah.
Music takes you back to moments in life, and that's I'm quite sure that's soothing for you to know that you can affect people that way. How does that? Is that correct?
Yes, it's a blessing because oftentimes when we're up on stage singing. And we could be singing a fun song like "Never Too Much" by Luther Vandross. Dun 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 dun. You get them. Come on.
Now you better know how to sing fool with Luther now.
Yes.
Luther and Whitney. Yeah. You better know what you're doing now. So I ain't got to give you no Mary J song again.
But listen, don't get me wrong. I love Mary J. I love her music. Okay. But no, like I've witnessed it myself. Sometimes the crowd can seem so dead. Like, it's like, are we at a party or is we at a funeral? And sometimes it's hard to pull that type of energy from the crowd because ain't no way I'm going to be up here singing Luther Vandross, Never Too Much, or be singing Frankie Bev and Maze. And yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna be up here singing that, and I'm fun. I'm engaging. I'm dancing. I'm moving around. I'm singing the song like I'm supposed to sing the song.
You say "spose"
like I'm supposed. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Look at that country came out. I'm supposed to sing the song.
That's when you know she doing her good singing.
And sometimes it's difficult to pull from people when they just sitting there looking, and it can be discouraging, but I'm not going to let that discourage me because I came here for a purpose and for a reason. Right. And like I said, whether it's 5 people in a room or whether it's 5,000 people in a room, I'm still going to give what I came to give.
And it also depends on your audience and the song that you're doing.
Yes. The age of the crowd.
And the tone of the song. If it's a, I told you I used to do music. and I used to rap, and my music would be a little more up tempo or upbeat, so to speak. And I had a friend of mine. He had some really good songs, but he did a little smoking.
Yeah.
So he smoked before he go to the studio. So he got smoke music. So it's like, and, and I'm watching him perform. I'm in the audience. They're singing it with him, but it's like it's no movement. It's kind of like it's just.
Yeah.
And it's hard to gauge. It's hard to perform when you see them.
Yeah.
It's like they're not, they don't do that.
Receiving you well. Yeah.
I'm coming out there off the top. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah.
That's how you got to
feed off the audience.
Yeah. So, the DJ. Do we already know the DJ that's going to be at this event?
Yes, Mr. Art Alston is going to be the DJ at this event.
Okay, tell me about it, man. I ain't never heard about it.
So I know Art. He's First Fam. So he's a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. But he's in Gainesville. He's a good DJ. So whether you need somebody who can bring you the ones and twos for the teenagers, because he's done some stuff at my kids' school, or if you need that grown neo soul, whatever you need, he's able to deliver. So we're really looking forward to having him. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good vibe.
Okay.
A vibe.
Okay, so, when it come to hosting, I know you went to YouTube and done some studying of this natural.
It's natural. This is Wantanisha.
So ain't no shyness. You ain't worried about how they
No
gonna
shyness. No, I think it's similar to what Christina was saying. So I'm not a singer, but I love being before people. I love acting. I love speaking. I love doing everything in the arts. I just can't. I love to sing too.
Where did that come from? Like, at what point did you realize it's just natural for me?
I think probably at a young age. This has always been me. And it's funny when we were talking, you were saying that you see me out and about and you didn't know this is me, because most time people see me in a professional setting. So I'm at work and things like that. So any opportunity that I have that I can be Wantanisha, because during the week I have to be Miss Morant. So being able to do that. But I just like to have fun. I like to be very laid back. Again, I agree with you that a lot of it does feed off of the crowd. So when you have a fun crowd, a fun audience, you can be fun. But it is, you still got a job to do. You're still going to do you. But it does make a difference.
What are some of the small things in life that makes you extremely happy?
My children. When they're happy, I'm happy. When they're feeling successful, I feel successful. When they're doing what they need to do, it makes me happy, really. And I know, of course, my life is more than just being a mother. And it sounds so cliche, but it is my favorite thing. I love when my baby's real hard. So that is to pick the happiest thing, or that makes me the happiest. It definitely is them, especially the older they get. And because like my baby, he's 17, and my oldest is 24. So they're older. They can understand more. The conversations that we have look a little different. So I love that.
What you gonna do with all this free time in 2 years?
Probably follow her kids around.
Amari Shambles. Listen, he has his senior pictures on Friday. The thing came in the mail, almost took me out. I don't know. We'll talk about that. My God, on today, I need to host some more events, I guess, because
keep her busy.
Oh, please keep me busy.
Miss Jones.
Yes.
What's one thing on your bucket list that you want to get done?
One thing on my bucket list. I would love.
PG-13 now.
We are PKs. I beg your pardon.
Why would it be anything less?
Right.
I noticed.
I got her back. Yes, that's what she knows. I do. Yes.
Nah, ain't no rated aura.
Right.
Up in here. It's aura.
Okay.
Aura. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, so one thing I would definitely love to do, I would love to perform on Broadway stage. And I know, like, you got to know somebody, to do, like, you have to be of a certain status, have a certain caliber, to be able to perform on a Broadway stage. But I would definitely love to perform on Broadway.
What song would you do? If the opportunity presents itself, they call you, say, hey, someone flunked out on us, we need you right now. What song are you going to do?
Listen, whatever song y'all got.
Whatever you like.
Whatever song y'all got. If this person was here and they're supposed to do it, and...
See, Miss Morant, you missed that. See, you supposed to have sung it in the T.I. version.
What?
You can have whatever you like.
I thought we were talking about the new T.I. song. I was trying to think of it.
She took it back
Yes, I
to
got
Coming
you.
to America.
I was talking about Whatever You Like. Yes. That's my favorite movie. My good sis knew my reference.
Yes.
Who do you like the most in that movie? And why?
Eddie Murphy. Because he's funny to me in the fact he can play the different characters.
Yes.
He's effortlessly funny. Like, I like people who are funny without trying to be funny.
So you like Nutty Professor or Big Mama's House?
I'ma say Hercules.
Hey,
I'm gonna go with Nutty Professor.
listen,
I'm gonna go with Nutty Professor.
That Nutty Professor, my oldest daughter, you know, VCR game, you know what I'm saying? She played it so we could put a thing over the TV and just, or you could cut the TV off and she could just say everybody caught part. And that man is so dumb. Just for them to
Hilarious.
think of that stuff.
Yes.
Sitting at that table, them people, and just where he come up with this, just this stuff is in this man's brain.
It's a whole
You know what I mean?
production. It's a whole production.
This man just, it's crazy. The conversation in here.
You gonna make me go home and watch it now.
Man, I never heard this shit. Oh, man, these people-
And the bloopers don't make it no better.
Yes,
Like,
at
the
the
bloopers
end,
are hilarious.
So, Miss Morant, if you had to listen to one song for 24 hours, what song would that be?
It would probably be Morant Clark Brown. It Ain't Over. That was my song. So I'm a cancer survivor. June 22nd will be 16 years. And so that song is the song I played over and over during. So when I say my go-to song, that's my go-to song. And then my coming out song was Morant Brown Clark, which was I can't sing that, but I just want to praise you forever and ever. So those two songs, that anything that's going on, those are my go-to songs. My go-to songs.
What about you, Mel?
So if we were to do gospel.
No, we ain't say.
I got a secular one too now.
We ain't breaking no category. If you had to listen to one song for 24 hours, what song would that be?
Ooh, God, dog it. Cause see, that's
hard for a single.
That's like putting a fat kid in a candy store and say just pick one piece of candy.
Yeah, but it's gonna be he gonna get one first though.
Yeah, that's first piece. So the first song you're gonna sing.
Ooh, Lord. I would probably say for 24 hours, I would probably say More Than Anything. I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you.
So, you know what's ironic? I asked you ladies that for a reason. And I'm actually proud of both of you ladies. So I'm going to give you a special round of applause.
Okay.
That both of the preacher's kids.
It's in our blood. It's
Right. I told you, make everything churchy.
You know, I think that it's important to, you know, we are all you just a bigger Christina. You just a bigger Miss Morant. You understand what I'm saying? You the same little girl. That's why your mom could look at you and say, girl, stop lying to me. Because your little eye move every time you lie. Mama never told you your eye move, but she just lets you think you lying and get away with it. You know, so the things that was instilled in you ladies, I'm glad that they're still within you ladies today. You know, I interviewed a young man last week, and he mentioned Allah a few times. You know, to each his own.
Yeah.
And so he said he was raised Christian, but you know, his own studies, his own path took him to Islam or whatever. So I asked him, if I push you off a cliff, what you gonna scream? Allah or Jesus? You know what you think he said?
What he said?
What do you think?
I'm guessing Jesus by the way you're telling the story.
He said I'm gonna scream Jesus. And he said because that's what they taught me.
Yeah.
But if you think you know better, you ain't screaming Allah falling off that cliff. You gonna scream Jesus. And see, some people don't know to call Jesus, and that's sad. You know what I mean? And I think some of those people, me being in prison as long as I did, they think the Islam and Jesus, they take the black-white thing. You know, they take it as the white man religion and the black man religion. But it don't matter. I tell them all the time, I don't care what color he was. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter to me. All I know is what he done for me. All I know is the change he made in my life. Not that I actually met him. You understand what I'm saying? His teachings has changed me as an individual, and that's all that matters. So that's all that matters to me.
Absolutely.
I'm kind of like your son. That's why I take to him. I don't care if everybody like the blue car. I like the green car. I've never owned a pair of Jordans because I think they ugly. You go back and look at them doggone Jordans. You know what I mean? People are bound because you're supposed to say they Jordans. You can't
Of the
say
name, the brand, yeah.
Every one of them look crazy. and wearing no high top shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they got the high top, the low top, you
the
know,
mids.
yeah.
Nowadays, but in my day, in the beginning, you know, you only had the high top.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So if you ladies had to create a law that everyone had to follow, what law would it be?
I say so basic, but be kind at all times. And if everyone had to follow that, all the other stuff that we dealing with, it wouldn't even matter. Like it would be a moot point.
See, ladies and gentlemen, she going back to what grandma used to do to me. See, grandma wouldn't say the scripture. She'll say something like that. But Jesus said,
Yes, come
that's
on.
yourself.
Yes,
This-
you gotta preach, sir.
That's right. You know what I mean? So you
Yes.
just be good to everybody. You know what I mean? And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. That's why we need more talk, love, and communication, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait.
You got to do the
no,
love
you ain't
right.
saying it right.
Say the
Talk.
love the way you
Love.
Yes.
Communication.
Yes.
Come
You
on
gonna
with it,
do it right.
Y'all ain't even heard the beat to go with it.
Oh, we got to hit the beat.
There's a little beat to go with it, see? You know, so we gonna come out August the 1st. We're gonna have a nice time at this event. You know what I mean? Grown folks event. You know, there's gonna be some singing, some poetry. I'm quite sure it's gonna be lightly dim, and everything gonna be copacetic. You know, we're gonna come and enjoy ourselves, grown people time, and it's nice to be able to get away and do grown people things.
Yeah, let your head down.
The key word is with like-minded people. You know, and so it's also a reason to come out and network, ladies and gentlemen. Come out and do some networking. You never know who you may meet. And when you come, I know you're gonna be all spliffed down in your little sundresses and all that.
Come on.
Slide some of them business cards in your purse and everything, and pass out business cards.
Yeah.
Make it your goal to pass out at least. You should at least be able to give out 20 cards. You shouldn't leave with a card in your pocket. Bring 20 cards, pass them out. You never know. You know, like-minded people. Got an AKA in the house. You know, some very influential people throughout this community. You know, and you never know who you may meet. You know what I mean? Right or wrong, man?
You're right. And I think that's a good rule to use at all times. Keep them in your purse because you never know who you're running into.
Absolutely.
And that goes back to being kind. You never know who you're going to need, who can actually help your path out. Yeah.
See, there she go again. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers. Some of us entertain angels.
Yes. Yep. You never know.
And I thought, I'm the only one that ain't the preacher kid. What's going on? I tell you ladies what. We're going to play a game called Fill in the Blank.
Okay.
I'm asking you some questions. You answer quickly.
Ooh. Okay.
Precisely. To the point. There's no right or wrong. First thing come to mind.
Okay.
So if we go Miss Wantanisha first, and then you, and then it's going to be on you, and then to you. Okay? We ready?
Ooh,
We'll see you in a second, child.
We going to give it a run.
We're going from left to right.
Okay.
Miss Morant, you're first. I've always wanted to
Know how to sing.
Go to New York.
I love when someone
Gives a hug.
Smiles for no reason.
if I had to do it all over again, I would.
Listen to everything my parents told me the first time.
Oh gosh.
Blessings.
Take my time and do it right.
Yes. Should have sung that.
Baby, we can do it. Take our time, do it right. We can do it, baby.
Hey.
Do it tonight. Take your time.
Okay, did y'all hear me harmonizing?
Yes,
Thank you. Call me on stage.
You have to
baby.
forgive me.
Yes,
Everything is a
yes.
song.
All right, Miss Jones.
Yes.
My favorite holiday is.
Christmas.
It aggravates me when people.
Lie.
Same.
Excuse me, tell a story.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
let it get mad. Tell
Listen,
a story.
That used to be a cuss word.
Yes, ma'am.
Used to be. The best quality someone can have is what?
The best quality? Be honest.
I agree. Honesty.
If I had to ask God one question, what would it be?
Oh, I wish I could sing. Why so much pain? I would just probably why all the bad things continue to happen.
For me, if I ask them one question, oh Lord.
Quick and precisely to the point.
You ain't say how quick was.
It's a relative.
It would definitely be the same as her. Like, just why the pain? Why pain?
My childhood crush was.
Ooh.
Can it be an actor?
Whoever your childhood crush was.
You know what? I had a childhood crush. His name was Carlos.
Carlos.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Will Smith.
Fresh Prince.
Will Smith. Fresh Prince. Men in Black.
You know what?
Independence Day.
You know what? She really liked Carlton.
The dance and everything.
Right.
If I had to travel anywhere in the world, it would be.
Ooh, where do I want to go? I would say probably like Paris. I don't know. Do one out.
Travel anywhere. I would say Bora Bora.
My favorite movie is.
I'm just gonna say Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Way back.
Listen.
About the blades of grass.
Oh my gosh. Yes, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Coming to America.
I was gonna say. If I had to go back to any age, it would be.
Ooh. I like my life now. No, child. 16 maybe. I liked high school a lot too, so maybe we'll say 16 because I was driving then. And no bills.
Yo, gosh.
I know.
18.
18. Jesus is.
The Master.
My everything. Sang it from Christina.
Everything.
Yes.
Everything. You're everything to me.
Yo, got the. When I meet someone, the first thing I notice is what?
Their smile.
Eye contact.
If I had to ask God one question, what would it be?
The same question we asked him earlier, or this is a different
I'm
question?
sorry. My greatest strength is.
My voice.
I would say my voice, but in a different way.
My greatest weakness is.
I would say my heart. My heart. I can be too trusting and too nice sometimes.
Definitely my heart. For real.
Why the face, sir? Why the face?
I was literally
You need to put
saying
it on
like,
you so they can
my
see
heart.
the face. Yes.
Okay. The biggest misconception about you is what?
That I mean.
I would say the same thing, that I'm mean and uptight or stuck
So
up.
y'all asking me about the face, but they said it themselves.
Legit, people be like,
Yes.
you okay? I be like, yeah, I'm good. Why you say that? Oh, because you have like the RBF
Yeah.
is real. If you know what RBF is. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm a pretty good woman, but I draw a line in the sand if you...
Lie. Cheat, steal, and kill. Why she thinking?
Draw a line in the sand. If you mistreat my children.
Yes, yes, yes.
Who eat first? The husband or the children?
The husband.
I agree. The husband. Our parents been married a long time. So you have to think, my parents been married, this year be 45 years. How long your parents been married?
Been like almost 40 years.
Yeah, so yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay. I love my children because...
They're my everything. Like unconditional love, because they're mine. I have no words to explain why. They're mine.
Literal blessings from God.
If I had to star in a movie with any actor, it would be...
The movie or the actor?
What actor would you start in a movie with?
What actor would I start in a movie with? Samuel Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith.
Yeah, you probably gonna take that little girl.
You heard us say that was our crush now.
If you had to trade places with 24 hours with any person, who would it be?
Honestly, probably my mom. I don't know. I just think she's the bomb daddy.
Nobody.
If you could have dinner with any 3 people, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh, dinner. Dead or alive, I would have to say. My grandmother, my late grandmother, God rest her soul. I would also have to say, Angela Bassett. And I would have to also say, Kenny Babyface Edmonds.
Okay. I think I would Michelle Obama. I think my grandmother as well. You kind of triggered something there for me. And Will Smith.
Will Smith for the win.
Let me see.
Hey, so, all right, you know you engaged now.
I know. That's why I whispered it.
Obama or Trump?
Obama.
Same.
Oprah or Michelle?
Michelle.
Same.
Pink Panther or Bugs Bunny?
Bugs Bunny.
Pink Panther.
One talked, the other one didn't, huh?
Yeah.
Luther Vandross. I ain't no, we ain't even gonna do that. Luther. Yeah, big Luther.
I was gonna say,
Skinny
yeah,
Luther.
right.
Give me Big Luther. Give me Big Luther.
Which one? Because you gotta be specific.
Big Luther, little Luther.
Give me Big Luther.
All day.
Marvin Gaye or Teddy Pendergrass?
Teddy P.
I'm gonna have to go with Marvin.
New Edition or Boys to Men?
New Edition for me.
Boys to Men.
NBC. BBD.
Candy girl.
Can you stay? Okay.
What is your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Thriller. Oh, Billie Jean. It's not my love. Yeah.
Hey, just a girl. I am the one. It's not my song.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. We had a game night and went live.
We'll be ready.
We gotta do it.
Yes.
We'll have to change. Y'all,
Put it in motion.
Okay.
Favorite Michael Jackson song? That is a hard one, but I'm gonna say Dirty Diana.
Preacher's Kid. See, I noticed, when like y'all sitting there, even like throughout this time, like she kind of direct. She'll like look and talk. See, you know, you're kind of like, you ask her a question, you're like,
The you he's referring to is Christina.
Yeah, I gotta think about some of them questions.
Okay, this part of the episode is called AMA,
Okay.
where each of you ladies get a chance to ask me anything.
Oh, that's what the AMA stand for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything?
Ask me anything.
Okay, I'm being nosy. What did you go to prison for?
I went to prison because, now the charges and what I went for is two
Oh,
different
Lord,
things.
my God.
All right.
On today.
But I went to prison. I didn't meet my father until I was 12, 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I always told myself as a little boy, I'm going to always be there for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't my father's fault. My parents was kids. And my grandfather lived in New Jersey. My mom go to school up there, got pregnant. Grandma say, send her behind home.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a kid, she's a kid. All he knows is they're in Florida. So by the time he's an excellent father to me now.
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't know. And I grew up a little rough around the edges. You know, mind frame, you know,
Mm-hmm.
man's man. You know, you man's man, be tough, suck it up, stop crying. So, you know, little.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the child is no more the mother than it is the father. And so basically it was domestic type thing to where you play keep the baby kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I really wasn't having that at the time. You know what I'm saying? Mind frame. And that's why I think communication is so important. And I've learned from that, it's not what someone do to you, it's how you respond to what they do to you.
Okay.
And so I went to prison for the love of my children. So what I was trying to prevent, I wound up causing.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be there for them so much until I wind up disappearing.
Right.
So that's what it is.
Okay. Very good. So how hard was that adjustment whenever you got out? Because spending 18 years in and then adapting to that type of life and then getting out into the world, the world is going on. It's different. It looks different. It feels different. How was that adjustment for you and your kids?
I think it was, I could it's funny you asked me that because I had spinal surgery. If you notice where I walk, some days worse than others. And the reason I podcast is because about my last 90 days, I used to go to lay down and read my Bible fast and stuff like that. So when I go to sleep, I kept hearing podcasts. So I'm like, what is a podcast? Because when I left, there was no such thing as a podcast. So I would ask people, hey man, how long you been in prison? 6 months. What is a podcast? They would try to explain it to me, but I just couldn't. I've been gone so long.
Yeah.
So I come home, I tell my family, God told me to podcast. Oh, that's good, son. Look at YouTube. What is YouTube? I know absolutely nothing. And so y'all know who Jonah is, correct?
In the Bible.
In the Bible.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What about Jonah? What y'all know about Jonah?
Swallowed up by the whale.
Yeah, Jonah and the fish.
Because what?
Disobedience.
He didn't do what God told him to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
God told him to go preach to them people. He won't be hard-headed. So, me, I'm doing all the right things. God kept my grandmother. I'm going to visit grandmother. Going to see people in the nursing home. But I wasn't podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
So, being me, I'm thinking I could walk and I was really bad. I had to learn to walk again. I was in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And for a long time, when I came home, I would sit on the toilet because that's the only time you really by yourself. And I would cry. I didn't know why I was crying. You know what I'm saying? But it was that I had came so far, but yet it was so far to go. I'm a man's man. And it's very humbling for me to be able to exert that. You understand what I'm saying?
the
And like,
testosterone,
and with the family, you got a family, I got kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a man. Just because you broke down don't make you not a man. I'm not a sit round. I'm not okay with just not being able to do. You understand what I'm saying? And that was hard for me. And I kind of talked to a lady for like a year and a half, I guess a therapist type person or whatever you want to call it. And she kept trying to get me to accept my limitation. But I'm telling her, no, ma'am, you keep fighting. You fight, you get better and better and better. But she was trying to let you know it's a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? And I got permanent damage to my spine. I can't run, and I'm better than what I was. But like if you push me, like you could just, your brain will say, brace yourself or whatever. I can't, it doesn't work like that with my, but my kids was grown. And I remember telling myself, you got to remember them kids are grown. You know what I mean? You can't, my opinion is that, my opinion. So I never want to come home and like try to make up for lost time. That's gone.
Yeah.
So that, kind of translated to, well, Daddy, you have a nonchalant attitude. I come to her, she come to me with a problem. I say, well, Dad, this how Daddy would do it. Well, no, Dad, I don't want to do it that way. I say, okay. But that's not good enough. It's like, well, she want me to bicker and to, fight about it. And I just, in prison, ma'am, you have to make split decisions.
Oh, yeah.
When something happened, you don't have time to think about what your favorite Christmas song was. You better know it. And so for so many years dealing with that, and when I dealt with, certain people, you have to understand, boy, that's a woman. Think about it. You've been trapped around men for so long. The mind frame of men. See, men understand consequences. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to tell a man one time, look here, bro, don't you do that. I don't like that, bro. Don't try me like that no more.
Yeah.
See, the next time is consequences.
Yeah.
See, with, when you're dealing with your counterparts, well, baby, I don't like that or whatever, you know what I mean? And she do it again the next hour. You got to realize that's a woman, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Different approach. Got to be softer.
yeah, it's just, they just view things different. But like you wouldn't know I did 18 years unless I told you because of Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't, no one would say that boy gonna wind up in prison one day. I never done a cigarette, drunk a beer, a speeding ticket, nothing in my life. You understand what I'm saying? I believe I went to prison to be the man that's sitting before you because of that dumb music that's in that drawer there. I've never did nothing and not succeeded. I believe that when you're blessed and God have his hand on you, you're blessed. So no matter what you do, you're going to succeed. And I was going down the wrong road. You know what I'm saying? I was doing this dumb music and, you know what I'm saying? So it just wasn't meant for me to be that person. And he came so many times to me. But, like John, I ain't going to preach to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I want to do Big P. You know what I'm saying? I want to do, you know what I mean? And I just, like my kids from different mothers, you know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? These women love me. You know what I mean? And sometimes I look back and I'm like, they all deserve this version of me. You understand what I'm saying? I wish that I could have been this version for me. I wasn't a bad person. You're young, like you say, paper bag on the head. You know what I mean? It don't matter. Get it over here. You know what I mean? But it's just a mentality, maturity. But it took me one time to read the gospel for myself, and I've never been the same. The first time I read it, not what the man say. You understand what I'm saying?
Read it for yourself.
And if you notice that Jesus' disciples, he only had to call them once. This man out there fishing with his daddy. This stranger walked by to my, come with me, and he come. Now you get out the boat with your daddy. See, you have to think about that. And see, I just was disobedient, I just was disobedient. You know what I mean? So I forgot the initial question. I don't know if I answered it.
As far as the change or the adjustment, no, you definitely answer that.
Yeah, it was. I remember the morning I came home. You know, you've been in prison so long. The man say your name. You know you're gonna go home, and you know you walking down the thing to go home. And it wasn't until I got dressed when I put on the other clothes. Mm-hmm. And because you've been wearing the same outfit so many years, when I put on the clothes and I'm looking down at myself, it's like, you know, you got on shoes. You know what I'm saying? I would never wear a pair of Crocs. You know how these children be wearing Crocs? I would never put on another pair of Crocs. You know, because that's what you wore. You know what I mean? I refuse to eat cold food. It's a lot of things like, you know, but it teaches you. It's like a third eye's open. It teaches you respect. It teaches you discipline. I wake up every morning. I can come to visit you. I'm going to wake up no matter what house I'm in. I'm going to cook 5 o'clock and I'm going to cook in the morning. I cook breakfast almost 80% of all mornings because I was a cook in prison. And I always told myself, I could get up and cook for these people. I could cook for my little one. I don't have a problem with washing dishes and helping around the house. I don't have a problem with that. You know, I'm not so manly until I'm not considerate. You understand what I'm saying? Prison teaches you to be content. Very content. Everything that you own is in a locker the half the size of that futon. If it can't fit in that locker, you can't have it. And that's including your food, your winter clothes. You understand what I'm saying? So it teaches you to be very, very content.
Wow. That's deep. That's a story.
But I'm here.
And a testimony.
You is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It didn't break me but I'm mentally strong. You know, I'm just, I've already had what it takes. Like I say, you know, I knew who I was. You understand what I'm saying? I gave respect. I demanded respect. You know what I mean? I wasn't messed up like, you know, I know what we're talking about here, but like, I'm not messed up in my mind. You know how men could be sick, you know, and you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know who I am. You know, if it get the best of me, you know, you know what I mean? You gotta, you know what I'm saying? But some people are messed up. You understand what I'm saying? And it teaches you, and I believe that I was podcasting in prison. What I mean by that is, why this man that you know him because you see him, why he coming to tell me his grandma died? Why is this man crying to me? Literally crying to me. I don't, you know, but see, people watch. That's why it's so important as, you know, I tease you ladies about being preachers' children. The other kids in the church watch y'all.
Yes.
And see, so these men see me read my Bible every night, every morning. You know, you see the way I carry myself. So I see them, they'll sneak and read their Bible at night when ain't nobody looking. And they'll read what it's saying, then they're going to watch you to see, is you doing what this is?
Yeah.
See, you can make the difference. You may be the only light that they see. And I just always been, I'm a straight up person. You know, I don't hide nothing. I am what I am. You know what I'm saying? Like it or love it. I love me. If you don't love me, that's your loss. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just the way I see life, you know. And I'm an encourager. Your glass is always half full around me. I don't accept half empty people. You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's my story.
That was good. Thank you for being
host.
Yes, that was good. Thank you for being like vulnerable, and I don't even say vulnerable, but being able to share that transparent with us. Yeah, that was because a lot of times we see people and you don't know the story or what people have gone through to produce the person that you have before you. So that was good.
And I'm not, like I say, the act of what happened, most of it I did. The worst part I did. but some of it was fabricated. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But the point is, you learn from it. And like, you know, it was a build up. And, you know, I had to go to anger management. I wasn't like an angry person. You know, it's kind of like we sitting there talking and we always talk about how she bullied people in the office. And I'm like, you know what, Wantanisha? Say, Miss Morant, I'm a teacher. When she come in here tomorrow, I'm going to teach her. Yeah, see, I was like that. So I didn't like the bully. So, you know, I'm going to give her I'm going to teach her a real good lesson. And I would kind of go, you know, a little farther than what the other person might go. You know what I'm saying? But you can't hit me and then tell me that's enough. You understand what I'm saying? And that's kind of like the way that cookie crumble.
Now listen, I'm gonna have to ask Jesus that for real, because I'm gonna be like, Lord, I know the Bible, and I just listening to it this morning. Hit you in the cheek, you offer them the other one. Why?
That's the question we need to ask.
Why?
We need to ask the question.
But what you got to understand.
Right away, Lord. Right away.
See, what you have to understand with that scripture. See, and one thing I learned, like, people read the Bible. I've studied the Bible for years. I'm going to show you how ignorant I was. Now, I was a totally different man than what I am now. I was hard on white people. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what discernment was then. But I just used to say, boy, I could read between the lines real good. Like I could, if you try to hide it, I could see it. That's a gift I have. And I was hard on white people. You know what I'm saying? I'm good, but if you don't like blacks, guess what? I don't like whites. What you want? Let's do it. You know, and listening to Too Short, Ice Cube, Uncle Luke, JT Money. You know, these songs, music is so powerful, man.
Yes.
The lyrics to music is so powerful.
Yes.
And I remember looking in the mirror and asking myself, Lord, why am I like this? You know what I'm saying? Because I read in the Bible, it say, you know ye yourself, examine yourself how that Christ Jesus be in you. So you look, why am I like this? And then, you know, I wound up getting on the phone, calling my mom, telling her things. And she said, well, son, how you know that? You was 3 years old. I said, Mama, God showed me. You know what I'm saying? And things that happen, you know, you a little boy. The man in there fighting mama, you know, I'm the oldest, I'm the boy, you know, I want to get in when I get big, you know, so it makes me, you know, that protective part, you know what I'm saying? And it's funny how it come full circle. Like, men don't like to talk about that. We got trauma too.
Yeah.
That's true.
And a lot of it come from mamas.
Yeah.
Mamas,
The home.
you know, I know y'all women, you know, you don't want to touch it, you know, but women is very deceptive to their sons. Most, you know what I mean, unconsciously. Because a lot of time they don't realize they do it. You know what I'm saying? And that happens often. I talked to some men the other day, and they was talking about grown men, one like 50 and one like 36, and they were saying how their mother chose the boyfriend over them when they was little. And the man was sometimes, you know, by the man seeing, you know, kiss them one-on-one, do little stuff. And the mama wouldn't believe it or either sick them on them, you know what I'm saying? And like, what hurts both of them men right now is that their mom won't never admit that she did it.
That she did that, yeah.
You know, and you got to love mama. But at what point do it, you know, to me, if I close my eyes, ma'am, and I hear a bark, I'm going to tell you that's a dog. I don't care how much I want it to be a cat. That's a dog. So if mama is a dog, that is a dog.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Pierce, we're in the middle of a podcast.
Didn't he tell us to put our...
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, so you gonna just Devo your way in this conversation, huh?
I mean, that's the only thing I can do. Hey, what's up, Kinfolk?
How are you? I just want to know, he asked us like 3 or 4 times to make sure that our phones were on silent, like almost bullied us to do that. But yet his phone has continuously been ringing and receiving texts.
And everything else.
Just want to throw that out on air.
Hey, Pierce, she already know how to host. The host get to break the rules.
You above the law. He think he the sheriff and y'all in his town.
Clearly.
I cut it off. I don't know. I'm thinking you go gadget. You don't think I'm gonna turn my phone on. Well, all right, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna call you afterwards, young man.
All right, y'all do y'all thing. I'm sorry.
All right, champ.
Really bad where I'm at. So I'm catching up with a whole bunch of messages and stuff. So I apologize.
Okay.
All right.
You always acting like you important. You be so busy, man.
No, I'm not. I'm a lowly servant of the Lord.
Not lowly.
Let him use you, cousin. Let him use you.
That is Barack Obama's cousin, okay?
I just got his check. I don't want no notoriety. Amen.
Well, when you get that check, you make sure you donate some of it to TLC.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. All right, champ.
Y'all keep being great. I appreciate y'all.
Okay.
All right, later.
I don't know how my phone got turned on. Any more AMA?
How did you get the scar?
Yes,
on the side of your
I was
head?
curious about that as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this scar here, I was, I actually don't know. I was born I was like 4 pounds. Yeah, believe it or not. One time I was 4 pounds, y'all.
Oh,
God has been good.
brought you a mighty long way.
Yes.
And I used to have a like something like a rising or something. And I remember being a little boy, they used to like that's why I don't play with needles right now. Like right now when I'm a grown man, I have to
Look away.
Because of that they used to draw us. I don't know.
Oh Lord, they used to draw like
fluid
blood
or something?
Whatever. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And you got to think it's in the 70s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, medicine then. And
So they had surgery. I think I had surgery around in like 81, 80.
I wasn't born, so. Are you born, Christina?
Girl, I was at 85.
I wasn't even thought about.
85 was my year. Anything before that,
Can't speak to it.
You're trying to say I'm old, man.
We're not saying that. We're just saying,
That's why I'm so much wiser.
before our time.
Yes.
Any more AMA?
How do you feel? Because I heard you mention therapy. So, like, as a black man, I know I've heard more often than not, and not just black men, but just blacks in the community, like the black community. Oh, I don't want no therapist. I don't need no therapist. They don't know what they talking about. They just want the check. They don't really care about us, and so on and so forth. So, like, how did you feel? Because I heard you mention the woman therapist that you were talking to for a year. Like, how did you feel about that then? Was it progressive? Like, did it teach you anything? Did you learn anything from that? And what do you feel about it now with being a black man in therapy?
And I want to add to that, not just being a black man, but I think sometimes we hear that in church as well, where sometimes they're like, oh, you don't need to go talk to them people, just pray about it.
Give it to the Lord. Yeah.
So just to add on to that question.
I think that I kind of did it. It was somewhat my insurance. And people was like, oh, you might be in depression or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? But when we look at depression as a bad in our community, we look at the word depression. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I ain't crazy. You know what I mean? But looking back, I believe I was. Like I said, I used to go on the toilet stool and cry. You know what I mean? And when I realized it might have helped, it helped. It's like, let's say I look, oh man, I got to talk to that lady tomorrow. And I think about what she told me to do. Like, or whatever, then I think about it. That's how it would kind of, but my son has said to me, really all of my children, my son said the most. He said, Dad, I think that me and my siblings should go to therapy with you. Because when I went to prison, it affected them the most. Because my oldest daughter, she knew me. She was like 10. So, and the other daughter, she was like 2. So she really don't remember, but I was there. My son, I was never in his life. It was like born and boom. And so And it's like, he like, well, Dad, I don't be wanting to hear them talk about you. You know what I mean? Because like they got to have you, I didn't. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
and the oldest one is like, and it's all these great things, even though no mother will say nothing bad about me. Like, your dad is love, your dad is great, your dad love, your dad a good man, your dad, you know, so it's like, I miss that. Like, damn, why my daddy had to go to prison, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've said to me, like, why didn't you think of me? But little do they know, see, I'm the type of man where mama could be dead wrong. It's daddy's fault, whatever. Daddy,
So you would just take the hit for it.
yeah, I want to be the bad. Let me be the bad guy. Mama the greatest. Don't you say nothing bad about your mama. You know what I mean? Mama the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
That look.
And sometimes, every now and again, like if they poke it a little bit, they poke the bear a little bit.
Yeah.
And I say things like, hey, one thing about it, your dad ain't doing no drugs or alcohol. Meaning, it ain't like I'm coming home drunk, starting something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, may God get the glory. You know, as them children get older, they got their own eyes. You know what I'm saying? And they love daddy to death right now. You know what I mean? People see, you know what I'm saying? They see for themselves. It's not for me to paint a bad picture. You know, the Bible say, oh, no man nothing but to love them. You know what I'm saying? I actually love them women. You know what I mean? In their own way. They're like a family member. I don't lust for them.
Right.
But I appreciate that. And the fact that I wasn't there. I never thought I would not be there to raise my kids. Never. So I don't hold anything against it. But I think therapy, when he said that to me, I say that, what I need to go for? What that lady going to tell me?
Yeah.
Why lady don't know that? What's she going to say to me? You know what I mean? And I feel, you know, that's how I feel. And I feel like my therapy is, let's sit to this table. Everybody got their Bible. How you feel, she feel, I feel. Let's see what it line up with the scripture.
Yeah, what the words.
The scripture is right, we are wrong. And that's the bottom line. You know, kids nowadays, by me being gone, kids nowadays got jump twisted. You know what I'm saying? They think they the parent, and you know, I'm like a dinosaur. I get out that King Kong knocking down buildings. Who you think you talking to, boy?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know,
Much
and-
flex.
And I don't had points where I didn't talk to my kids. See, I believe as a man and as a father. Y'all know who Charleston White is?
I've heard of Charleston White.
Yeah,
I've heard of him.
He said a lot of ignorant things.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But if you listen, he said he made a statement. A man is not loved until he's gone. You don't appreciate a man until he's not there. See, when everybody in the house, think about when y'all was growing up as little kids. Everybody in the house, you know, mama and their daddy going to work. And everybody just doing stuff you know you're supposed to be doing. Mamas let that happen. Mama giving y'all the cookies. And y'all got toys all in the living room. And then when daddy pull up, y'all want to get them toys up, your dad out there.
Yeah.
See, unconsciously, daddy's taking away our fun. See, daddy is the disciplinary. You get them back. I'm going to tell your dad on you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see, they didn't have that. And my girls will say, you know, I've never had a man over me. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? She'll say, you know, I'm not used. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
And this how we gonna do this. And that's when you remember all them years you was missing me? This is what it's like. And I'm gonna hold firm to that. I'm not gonna be your friend first.
Yes. Absolutely not.
And you have to be mad at me for 3 months or 6 months or whatever your
Just be able to
pride.
be.
My phone number ain't changed. When you call daddy first thing daddy gonna say is I love you. But what ain't gonna happen is you ain't gonna stand up and totally. I understand you got your opinion, you grown, but we're not gonna get disrespectful.
Right.
I agree.
I'm not playing them games. So
Right.
and what they don't understand is, baby, that attitude you got, you know who you got it from? It's a bigger one over here. And see, and I say things that people won't say, like, you gotta understand, babe, I just done 18 years by myself. See, I don't have a problem being by myself. Some people don't know how to be alone.
Yeah.
you know, if you haven't been to the military or in prison or maybe college, you don't know what it's like to be alone because you're surrounded by people, but you are alone.
Yeah.
It's you there. And see, and you love different when you go to college and got to come home. And them people look real good. You love mama a little more on them.
Mm-hmm.
They drop your behind off at that dorm and you sitting on that bed by yourself and you realize, I'm by myself.
I'm alone. Yeah.
Mama ain't finna make sure I eat tonight.
Mm-hmm.
See, that thing hit different. You understand what I'm saying? And prison taught me to love different. You know what I'm saying? It taught me to love different. You appreciate, when I come home, that's the biggest thing. Like, people don't, you know, I love all these people, but man, these people don't. These people, I broke my leg 3 months after coming home from prison. I fell and broke my leg. And I had to go to a nursing home because my balance was really bad then.
Okay.
I was still going through a lot of rehab. So I'm barely standing up on 2 legs. I can't walk on crutches because I can't balance myself on the 1 leg. Man, and them 2 family members come up, 3 family members come up there, that doggone nurse. I was in a nursing home. See what I'm saying? And I remember, like, just being in the dark all day. The ladies were like, you want to open your door or whatever? No, ma'am. To me, I just want to, but as I sit here today, it's just another form of being locked away.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? Going to dinner. I'm home like 3 days from prison, and we go to the steakhouse, whichever the one by the ale house right there, Texas Roadhouse, whatever. What's it?
Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn on 17.
And we sitting there, and I'm sitting there, and my uncle's in front of me and his wife, and she opened up her napkin, and I seen that knife. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff like, it's thoughts run through your head real fast, but I'm sane enough to not to
React. Yeah.
But it still gave you a little pause.
Yeah, it gives me that doggone knife. I'm like, she could stab on with that knife.
Yeah.
You know, the distance. I should have been sitting beside me. It might have been a different story. But I knew she could, you know, but I'm thinking like she could stab on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just little stuff like that. Like paper, like brown paper, like little napkins that's brown. People used to get them and make coffee. And then they would, just a minute, I'm going to cut this part. Tone.
Yeah, what's up?
You can come on in. I'm going to unlock the door.
All right.
It's 9 o'clock, child.
Is it?
It's 8:46.
Oh, wow.
I love
What time
y'all.
we came here?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, I know she got a little bit late.
It was 6:15ish.
Okay, we're going to do final thoughts.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up, okay?
All right.
Okay, this part of the episode is called Final Thoughts. We're going to look into this camera directly over my shoulder, and you're going to give the world your final thoughts.
First?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Final thoughts. So we are here with to talk about Poetik Expressions. So my final thoughts are to invite each and every person to join us on August 1st at 6 p.m. as we have a nice, fun, grown time. It'll be great singing, great poetry, live art. It's just a really good time, whether it's date night with your friends. Also, I would like to say final thoughts. Really had a wonderful time speaking with you, talking to you, laughing with you, and same thing with my good sis, Christina. So that's all for Wantanisha.
Final thoughts. So, as my good sis said, be sure you come, have a good time. Bring your cousins, bring your friends, bring your next door neighbors, bring auntie if you want to, okay? Make it a date night, make it a cousin's night, make it a girl's night, a kickback, whatever it is that you want to make, or you could come solo. It's completely fine with us. It is going to be loaded with good times, good music, good people, good fellowship. No drama. We are all mature in season. That we know how to handle ourselves accordingly. Yes. And you got the hostess with the mostess. And you have me, Christina, aka Stina Jonah, aka Stina Baby, that is going to be headlining for Poetik Expressions August 1st from 6 to 12 at the Ocala Golf Course. Be there. Be there. Bring your energy, bring a good time, and be prepared to leave full. And definitely follow the Ocala Noops page on Instagram. It has been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you.
Yes.
TLC.
Do the L.
Talk love and communication.
Yes.
We thank you so much for having us. Shout out to Ant for locking us in to set this up. Shout out to you. And it's just been a really good time. It's been time well spent.
Oh, and shout out to my man.
Oh, her man.
We're not worried about Will Smith.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And I am your host, William Robinson of TLC Talk Love. I'm trying to show I called the singer. And we had a very good time today, a very special episode here on my story. I want to thank these young ladies, man. Y'all get out there August the 1st, man. Y'all represent. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a really good time right here in Ocala, Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Silver Spring Boulevard. Y'all know where it's at, man. Old golf course, man. Y'all come hang out, man. Chill with the crew. If anybody told you they love you today, William Robinson love you. You only got one life to live. And it's a whole lot easier with love and communication. You can donate to this channel with Cash App. Anybody love you with a U, PayPal, Robinson 74 William. Gmail at gmail.com. Zell 352-209-3306. We out.
Just like that.